We have an update on the story that we produced yesterday about the woman in Brooklyn at the bodega. She accused a 9-year-old black child of sexually assaulting her. And she swore up and down that this 9-year-old child grabbed her on her non-existent behind. That's what she just claimed. And a lot of people was going in on her, roasting her, and rightfully so. Where the surveillance footage came out to show exactly what happened. And as we stated in the previous video, she was telling a straight up lie, but let's roll that footage.
Get some egg and cheese on a roll, salt, pepper, ketchup.
God.
Yeah, she was wrong. You got like 5 witnesses who saw it.
No, I spoke to that lady in the blue shirt.
Oh, that's good. And then she calls the cops.
Unbelievable.
Horrible.
Now, what this woman done in the previous video is no different than Carolyn Bryant and Emmett Till. See, 60 years ago, this woman would have got that 9-year-old boy hanging from a tree. They'll just call it what it is, because they will believe the women, no matter what they say when it comes to black children or black men in particular. Now, you have this Me Too movement that says believe all women. Don't care about investigating. Don't care about evidence. Just believe them just because they said it. Now, what if people just believed her just because she said this about a 9-year-old child? If the evidence come out and the child just walked past her and his backpack touched her, it wasn't like that. But did you see when all of it transpired, what she was doing, all the gyrating and all the things that she was doing? I mean, this woman is sick. And they were right when they called her a pedophile the first time. Why would you do some crap like that? That doesn't make any kind of sense. And then she's still defiant and she's still indignant. And that woman gonna get somebody hurt. She gonna get somebody killed. This woman don't need to be running around. And see, Brooklyn have to deal with people like her now. Brooklyn didn't have to deal with people like her at one point in time. But because of gentrification, now they're starting to have those kind of problems. Let's call it what it is. I remember when I went to Harlem and I was talking to the community in Harlem, and they was telling me, said, man, look at all this with gentrification. Look. And you seen a bunch of people like her walking around Harlem when it wasn't originally like that. And once again, when they show up, calling the police and all the other things show up with them, unfortunately. Now, this particular woman, they said change her number, call the police on this one, call the police on that one. See, the thing is, and it goes back to all the rash calling the police. They will never criminalize people calling the police. And you know good and well who called the police, who abuse the 911 system, and we see over and over again, is Caucasians. They're the one that's doing that. On the books, they have laws about abuse of 911, but see, they never enforce them. You see, they want them to feel okay calling the police on black folk. But let me and you constantly start calling 911 for stupidity. Watch we get abuse of 911 charges put on us. Watch we get fines. See, they don't want them to not call 911, which even though the 911 operator was saying this crap is crazy, I'm not paying attention to this woman. And then at the end of the day, the police didn't do anything. No charges was filed. No anything was filed. Something should have happened to her. Now, it is a felony to say that you're a police officer and you're not. And they still didn't charge her for saying that she's a police officer. That's what I'm saying. In this country, when you have this white privilege, you can do whatever the hell you want. And some white people may say, what do you mean by white privilege? This video. Because do you think if there was a black woman and the roles reversed, let's just call it what it is, and a black woman acted just like her and accused a white child of doing this to her and making a scene and calling the police. Well, first of all, they would have showed up and probably tried to charge her with something once they saw the tape. Second of all, that black woman would have got a charge for saying she's a police officer and she's not. But when it comes to this woman, no, she don't get no charges. She's fine, even though it's on tape that she's telling people I'm a police officer. We just got to call it what it is. I have no problem pointing these things out, because the reason why we got to point this out is we cannot allow this white privilege to just run amok in society and it doesn't go unchallenged. That's basically what it is with this woman. That's why she didn't get locked up. That's why she didn't have no fines, no nothing. And she still can run around Brooklyn terrorizing more people even today. It was extremely, extremely sad. Terrorizing those poor children, accusing a 9-year-old child of touching her non-existent behind. It's just sick. I mean, she's a sicko. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this particular video. But brothers and sisters in Brooklyn, watch yourself with that woman.